Whale, your regular fix for movies and mayhem. Episode 46, The Batman. New trailers, a silly and serious ending. Hope you enjoy the episode.
I am vengeance.
I am constipation.
I have a sore throat. Does anyone have a strepsil?
I am Venus Williams.
Oh dear.
Oh, God.
Also, I need to say one person's name before we start.
Steve.
Name is Rodrigo Rafael Atherton. I fucked it. Oh,
Start again.
Rodrigo
Let it out.
Rafael Atherton Galactico Primero. That's just for the sake of it. Anyway.
Fuck the Spanish
I love you in Spanish.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the person that said that is not in the bed. Yeah, anyway. Oh, we didn't mention last week as well, starting a downer, Shelley Duvall passed away
Oh my God, yeah, from The Shining.
from The Shining. She was in loads of stuff, but I don't remember many stuff
Yeah.
apart from that.
But she was, I think, this is the thing though, like if you're lucky enough to be in a film like The Shining and play such an amazing character.
Yeah, be grateful, die young, shut up.
Well, it's like the idea that you're in an iconic film. Do you know what I mean? So even if you're in other films, you're going to be known for your most iconic.
Well, exactly. She was in Popeye as well.
Oh, great. Yeah, she did some things.
She's in loads of other stuff as well, but I don't think half of them I've seen. And if I did, I don't think she was big parts in most of them. But she was cool, and she was tortured in The Shining. So she
Yeah.
did a well just to survive Stanley Kubrick, because he's a dickhead. And one of my favourite filmmakers at the same time.
Also filmed the moon landings. Wink, wink.
Sometimes you need to be a dickhead to do it. Oh, we were talking just before we started recording. For 10 minutes, we had some good chat, and now it's all gone. We're talking about
The Batman.
Batman, which has just come on free on Prime. And
Really cool.
James is so excited that he watched 20 minutes of it.
It's very slow, which is what I'll say. It's very slow. It's
No,
not
it's
your
not.
traditional superhero film. It's very slow.
Actually,
So-
It's not your traditional thwack, bam, wallop, pow. It's more of a, like Drew said, a Seven style
yeah,
Crime
crime
thriller.
thing. You could almost imagine him without the bat suit, just wearing like being a detective.
well, this is it. You know that
Because-
DC stands for Detective Comic, right?
Does it?
That's what DC stands for, and Batman is a detective. And
One
they're
second.
trying to
I'm
get
going to
it.
press a button.
Random fact of the day.
Say it.
DC stands for Detective Comic, and Batman was originally a detective. So
It's a very new take
know
on the
that.
Batman thing. Don't watch it expecting like
we've forgotten how to speak,
theatrics
basically,
and all
guys.
this
Sorry about this
ridiculous
episode.
stuff. It's genuinely a bloke who can clearly kick some ass, taking on some idiots, and actually trying to solve some crimes
This-
with the actual police.
He's
So
like a moody
he goes
teenager,
to
isn't he?
crime scenes with them.
I love it. Jumping back,
you
to
can imagine
last
him
week's
just listening
episode.
to
He's
Nirvana.
like Monk. Remember Monk?
No.
Jumping back to
You know
last
the
week's
TV
episode.
shows where he used to like touch all the windscreen wipers. Monk.
I'm glad you said windscreen wipers.
Okay, what about
Too long of a
Diagnosis
pause
Murder?
there,
He's,
after
he's
touch.
basically a modern day Dick Van Dyke in Diagnosis Murder. He's
You're
not a detective,
modern-day-
but they let him come along.
You're a modern day Dick Van Dyke.
Sometimes I think three is a crowd because I bet the idea you guys let each other speak. When I'm here, I'm the third wheel, man. I'm the third wheel. I can't even fucking get a conversation in. Maybe that's why I record my voice separately for videos because then I can actually be heard. You mofos.
Oh,
And now I
we
forgot what I was
put
gonna
you
say.
in last.
Thanks.
Put your comment in last week.
I forgot what I was going to fucking say, man. Yeah, going back to last week and A History of Violence, the Batman is similar in the sense that you follow the villain. Do you know what I mean? There's a link.
I really like it.
I
In
don't
the
know what
sense
you're on
that
about.
I
What are you
watched
talking
it
about?
not
The new
expecting
Batman?
much.
You follow the Riddler at the beginning. You are the Riddler's point of view through a lot of the film.
I mean, you've got to see what the Riddler's. You got to see what the bad guy's doing. I wouldn't say we're following him. He just happened to be on screen.
No, you are him. You're his point of view, man. At the very beginning of the goddamn film, you're watching through the binoculars as the villain.
Oh,
Yeah, no, I get
You're
that.
not
Yeah,
paying
no, he is. He's
attention.
got like the weird helmet on, hasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
same look
what?
with the goggles and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But I
Yeah,
just think it's a very different approach on the Batman thing. That he's now not
more
like
a different approach.
he's not really a vigilante. He's more of a detective that kind of pushes the boundaries.
Oversteps his mark.
But that's
Which
what
is
I like.
like a lot of like. You ever watch The Shield?
No,
No,
You never watched The Shield?
no.
no.
Oh my god, you need to go back and watch that. Michael Chiklis,
Never
one
have,
of the
mate.
one
I'm
of
good,
the
I'm good.
best TV shows of all time.
Is that like the bow and arrow?
What?
I'm just taking the piss.
No,
You just
The
said, have you
Shield
seen
is
The
one of the
Shield?
best
I know.
TV shows of all
Wait, is that the
time.
police drama?
Yes,
I
and
heard
it's
good things
all
about
filmed handycam as well, and it's absolutely stunning.
Handicapped. What?
that. I'm only kidding. I'm kidding. I'm only kidding.
You watch The Shield, and I guarantee you'd say it's one of the best things you've ever watched in your life.
The Wire is one of the best things ever.
No, The Shield is better than The Wire.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'll fight you. Till
Whoa,
the
whoa,
end.
whoa! Teletubbies wins.
If The
You seen that?
Shield was in
In
the
the
net,
In the fourth
if-
series, the arc with Tinky Winky, Jesus, you don't
There's
expect
two
that.
That only
programs.
works if the Teletubbies were trying to solve murders.
And the guy that murdered Poe, oof, didn't realize it was
There's
the Hoover
two
with the long nose.
programs that, if they came out in the Netflix world, would be two of the greatest shows of all time. Number one, The Shield,
Number
and
two,
number two,
Only
Balloon.
Fools and Horses.
no, Spooks.
You
Oh
said
yeah,
that
I remember you
before.
saying.
I'm never going to
Yeah.
watch it.
Oh, with the deep
Two of the
fried girl's
best shows
face,
of all time.
which is connected to Scotland. They have deep fried Mars bars. They just deep fried her face in that episode.
Smashing.
How have you not seen The Shield?
There's a
Have you not seen
million
Bow and Arrow?
TV shows. Sorry,
You're
Drew.
like this, Kev. You like special editions, don't you?
You like
I got the
special
box set of
things.
The Shield, and it was in
I
a
won't
box.
like
You
that one.
opened it, and every series was like a different file case in alphabetical order.
That's cool.
And
as
you
fuck,
have to
though.
like
Oh,
fix through them
okay.
and open them up like file
That's cool.
cases.
I
It
like
was
things
really
like
cool.
I like the effort. I like the
I
effort.
like things like that, where they make it like
So
it's,
good, though.
it's an experience and it's kind of like of the world.
You'd
That's
open
cool.
up the file case and have all the DVDs and stuff. It was
That's
really
cool.
cool.
I like
You
stuff
should
like that.
honestly watch it. It's so good.
Ultimately, yeah, from the Batman, like I said to you before, I know a gentleman who's in the film called Elijah Baker, who is a very cool guy, and he plays one of the thugs at the beginning.
Right.
Here's my, I might post it. Here's my photo of him in the short film I did, Ethel, with
Oh,
Miriam
yeah.
Margolis. That's him there, just without his makeup.
Yeah.
Was he in full makeup or the half makeup guy?
Full.
It's
I
fun.
Okay.
can't remember
The half
exactly.
makeup guy was like trying to be in the crew, wasn't
I saw it in the cinema, which was a couple of years ago. So
Yeah.
I will watch it on Prime again now it's available.
Oh,
so
it's
that
so
would be
good.
cool. But I'll
Brilliant
drop him a little
movie.
message. He might listen. Who knows? Probably
Yeah,
not. but
tag him, man.
he
Tag
might
him.
do.
It'd be great to have him on. Great to have him on.
Yeah, I'd love to have him on. He's just a proper nice guy. And he's a proper actor. Like he does like loads of cool shit.
he? Get him involved.
From short films to big films. He was on a TV advert as well. Earlier this year as well. He just popped up on my TV. I was like, Sadie, I know him. And she's like, and? I was like, okay, cool.
You weren't
fine.
there, man. You weren't
But the
there.
fact he was in the Batman is pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like,
it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
get him
And
involved. Be
that
cool.
was all filmed in Liverpool and Glasgow.
Really?
Yeah, there's a scene where he's
But it's
riding
all
the
like
bike
subway
or
stuff, though.
either the bike or the car, and he goes through this arch, like in the city. That's
Yeah.
in Glasgow. There's only one arch, but in the film, there's like 10 of them. He goes through the
Oh,
10
sick.
arches. It's just one arch that's been repeated CGI.
What about all like the subway stuff at the beginning? It's very, very New
I
York.
don't know where that is, but the scene in front of the, where the bomb is at the beginning in the town hall
Oh,
or
in the middle.
whatever,
Yeah.
with the Colosseums at the front. That's opposite Lime Street, Liverpool. That's
Yeah.
an art gallery in
Dude,
Liverpool.
you should definitely message him because that'd be really cool to get someone like that on it.
100%. Will do.
Because yeah, I
Definitely.
watched it. Like I said, I watched it being like, I don't really know what to expect.
The music
And
is so good
Straight
as well.
away, you're like, this isn't a normal superhero film. It's almost not a superhero film. It's more of a, like you say, like Drew said, a Seven style
That's,
Well, mate,
that's
that was Matt Reeves.
crime thriller.
But mate, that was Matt Reeves' idea. He wanted to create something more sinister and kind of psychological to play with the
Definitely
element of
dark.
the
I
Riddler.
can also, in a flip side, I can see why a lot of people would probably not like it if they're into the traditional sort of superhero stuff.
But you think
I
about
get that. But I
think about-
get the older I think people like us would probably enjoy it more than maybe a younger
Oh yeah, it's
sort
not
of
for kids.
clientele, if you get what I mean.
It's not for kids. Batman.
It's serious.
We're a
not
bit more
for kids.
patient, aren't we?
Yeah, but all the Dark Knights and Batmans, like, I think the reason we like those, they're better because I'd watch the Dark. Oh, Siri's popped up and won't piss off. I'm worried it'll do something.
Siri.
Thank you. Or whatever the Apple thing is. But I think the Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises and Batman Begins are still better than every Marvel film because they're nitty gritty and they're serious and they're violent and
It feels like it's based in reality, doesn't it? Because
Yeah.
it's not superpowers.
But if you think even those get
Cool.
straight to the point and they're instant action, whereas the Batman is very like it's kind
Slow
of a bit
burn.
macabre.
It's a
It's
slow
bit
burn,
macabre,
yeah.
and it kind of goes. And I think people that maybe
I like it.
are going into it watching Avengers to this might be a bit bored. But whereas people
Oh,
watching
man.
like crime cinema and really enjoying like thriller would really enjoy it, even to the point where people I think don't like superhero films would like this.
Yeah.
This is also why I think it's got great rewatchability, because not only is the script fantastic, but the fact that you can watch Seven however many times you want, or a kind of thriller, or Kiss the Girls, or whatever it is, or Bone Collector, the fact that even though you know the ending or however it kind of turns out, you can still go back and rewatch it just because, yeah, the dialogue is so good, man.
I think it's great that it's actually almost a true crime, but a kind of not superhero, because he's not a superhero, is he? But
I won't tell you the ending.
I think it was good.
I'd say that the ending is weak. That's the only problem. Because I think it's taken directly from a comic book, isn't it?
Yeah, there is less.
There's
less Bruce Wayne that people love because, again, Matt Reeves said, I want to do a Batman where he's Batman for like the majority of it, and the film is almost 3 hours, guys. Like, but it's so good, it flies by. I remember when I saw it in the cinema.
I've watched maybe 45 minutes to 50 minutes of it, and he's not been Bruce Wayne once because Alfred goes, "Oh, the investors are coming to see you," and he's like, "I don't care," and he's like, "Do you care about your legacy?" He's like, "My family's legacy means nothing to me. All I care about is like helping people."
No, but that's when he's Bruce Wayne in that little moment.
He has no interaction with like the outside world, does he?
Yeah.
To the point where I've seen it, he hasn't had any interaction at all.
Sorry to interrupt the show. Just a reminder to say we love and appreciate you all for listening to the podcast, whether it's on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, follow, as this really helps us continue to progress and improve the content and keeps us making these fun episodes for you guys. Oh, we're also on these things called Instagram and TikTok. You can follow us there too, as we share short, funny reels on the reg that you can share with friends if you like. Now, back to the mayhem.
What I like about it, he's almost agoraphobic, right? And the only way he can go into the actual
his
real
motorbike
world,
helmet with his stuff,
exactly, is by being Batman. But also, this is the first time where you see him putting on the black makeup, because there was loads of funny comic people were taking the piss where they show Batman without his hat and he looks like a panda because he's just got the black circles around his eyes. But they actually incorporated it to make him almost like this kind of grungy guy that listens to Kurt Cobain, which I thought was really cool anyway. And then he's this young lad that's seriously troubled, and now he's taking out all his anger on the people the baddies in Gotham.
It's a really different take on it. I think it's a really brave take, and it's
so
really cool.
It's a very
so
emo sort of side of it.
Yeah.
But I like it. But
yeah, he's almost like a vampire. Like, I know obviously the people joking about Twilight and the fact that it's Robert Pattinson playing Batman, but he's hardly ever in the daylight. And there was a really cool little moment where they were saying, they don't know if it was improvised, where Robert Pattinson's character, when he comes in, and it's the first time you're seeing him, like he's at the table with Pennyworth, and then he goes to grab a grape, and the sunlight hits him, and he goes like that. He just reacts to the light because he's not used to it, because he's in the cave working on like the car or the weapons or
vampire.
Yeah, it's so good though, man. I love that film. So good.
I was gonna I was gonna mention some of the new stuff that's happening. So I guess this is movie news, and there's loads to talk about and to bounce off.
This is the movie news.
So, Obviously, the main big one, and it's annoying because me and James spoke about it last week. The trailer came out just before the episode record, and we didn't get a chance to discuss it. But the new Gladiators 2's out. So by the time this is released, it'll be 2 weeks
Looks
old.
thrilling.
But have you seen it?
It looks like a Furiosa-style thrilling movie.
It looks epic. I don't care what people say. It's not meant to be intelligent. It's meant to be fun and action-packed.
Yeah, it looks
and
brilliant.
I think it delivers.
Oh yeah, it's going to be epic. Yeah,
and you
sure.
and you know they used to do that in it. So this film I think is meant to be in the 3rd century, like 3000 AD, and they stopped flooding the Colosseum. But in 1000 AD, they used to flood the Colosseum and have battles with ships and boats.
Yeah,
and they're doing this in the film. It's never been done on film before.
Oh,
I think it's going to be a spectacular film.
Sharks were around at that time because you had prehistoric, like...
Mate, sharks are one of the oldest animals in the world.
That's what I'm saying. I remember originally when we talked about...
Sharks and Joe Biden.
I know, when we... I remember when we originally talked about the trailer. We were like, "Oh, what sharks? Would they have been around?" But they were around at that time.
Yeah, they would have caught them, shipped them in.
I mean, I feel sorry for the people that had to catch them and go, "Where are you going with that shark?" Well, we're just taking it to this little gladiator pit. Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, sure, no worries.
And they did used to have rhinos. Like everything is factually correct.
Rhinos.
It's in the wrong era. It's 2,000 years too late, but we won't go into semantics. I mean,
yeah,
he did bloody Napoleon, which had almost only 10% truth in it.
Yeah, people were saying that. Yeah, he bends the truth a little bit.
Yeah. You want spectacle. You don't want a history lesson. You know,
exactly. And to be fair, like you're saying, you're not going for a history lesson like you literally just said. You're going to be entertained and.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah. Is it the son of the original guy, Maxis?
Yeah. I think it's meant to be.
He's 800 years old. They got original son.
Yeah, which is really weird. The kid. It's the kid from the original.
No, I know. Yeah.
Which is So it's Joaquin Phoenix's son, or Joaquin Phoenix's
I thought it
sister's
was
son.
I thought it was Russell Crowe's.
As fun as it sounds, can we talk about a new, more important, exciting trailer?
I thought it was Russell Crowe's
Alien Romulus.
No. Who?
Alien Romulus.
Russell Crowe's son?
No. I think it's the bad guy's son.
Oh, it's the bad guy's son.
Right.
I could be wrong.
Bloody that film.
No, wait, hang on. You are wrong.
Everyone cares about
2 seconds.
Alien at the moment.
You are wrong because the kid is having flashbacks of Russell Crowe, so it wouldn't be.
Oh, so it's him getting revenge for his dad's death, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, I think that makes more sense. Yeah.
Carry on. Sorry, James. Let's go into Aliens because I can't fucking wait. Actually, you said last week that great films from our past aren't being made again, and this Aliens Romulus is a perfect example.
And apparently it's set between Alien and Aliens.
Exactly, and also
it's like a middle ground.
James Cameron and Ridley Scott have both told Cameron and cameras on have both given it the fucking thumbs up and said this is mint. Like this is.
I mean, it looks
brilliant.
I could watch the trailer 10 times and walk out satisfied.
Yeah, mate, I can't wait for this.
Did you see the same trailer I did where it goes, no one in space can hear you scream, and then it goes silent?
Yeah.
A girl screams and you hear nothing.
But mate, it was so funny. People mentioned in the comments, so when it was on YouTube, it says, in space, no one can hear you, alien. Romulus. Because obviously it's supposed to be no one can hear you scream, but the fact that he hasn't
alien.
Scream.
No one can hear you, alien.
No one can hear you, alien.
Alien. Hello.
So good.
But that end sequence, I almost wish they didn't show that because it was so good. But it's like, it looks terrifying. And then the last split second, it's the alien in her face. And she's like, and it's,
don't kiss me.
It goes from silent to,
yeah.
And it's like, wow. I think something like that is going to be actually scarier than all the horror films that I watched this week.
Well,
because the xenomorphs creeping up, the spidery xenomorphs creeping up, and the actual aliens appearing out of nowhere. Spook you. You'll go, fuck, there it is.
Yeah. It's going to be mind-blowing.
There'll be jump scares galore.
I watched a little bit of a Q&A with the director, who I can't pronounce his name, but he's amazing.
Steve.
Steve, good old Steve. He was saying that when he wrote the script, he said that they basically greenlit this film off the two main protagonists' characters' relationship and what they're trying to achieve. And he said, it just so happens that obviously I've set it in the alien world and everyone loves the xenomorphs. But he said it was actually greenlit off the fact that these two characters are so fascinating. And I was like, I am fucking hooked, man. If you can create a brilliant story between two of these protagonists and throw it in an alien world, then it's gonna be brilliant.
Well, he's done well because I've just looked at what he's done, and I wouldn't say he's done anything good. But this trailer looks amazing.
Mate, both the Don't Breathes are brilliant.
They're all right. I don't say brilliant's a bit far. And he did a From Dusk Till Dawn thing, but no.
Was that the TV series? Dusk Till Dawn TV series.
And he did. We did the screenplay for Evil Dead. I'll take that back. That was good.
Yeah, he did the recent one that you were talking about that you loved. You loved that.
Yeah. And that's about it. He wrote the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I didn't see.
I saw that. That was brilliant.
But yeah, I think that's the thing. So I think who else is involved? Because it's him and
he's got the actual the designers of the actual aliens. He called up the old people from the original. He's got all the original people on board. He's not using CGI, and he's going back to basics when we talked about how cool it was with prosthetics. And
that original Alien, when it's got the alien mother in Aliens, that was using loads of bin bags.
Yeah, mate. But they also they created like loads of little tent tubes, and then it's loads of people with torches, and they're like covered in slime and just throwing slime at each other. But it looks like it's entrails. It's brilliant.
Yeah. I'm very excited. It's next month. It's August. It's coming.
It's 15th of August. Yeah. It's in there, mate. It's in there.
I take it we're all going to that,
mate. And the good news is, I'm going to be potentially living in Brighton at that point, so I'm going to watch it on the biggest fucking screen possible. So.
Oh, does that mean James won't go then because he's got nowhere to hold his hand?
Well, I don't know. I hope he'll go anyway, mate. Or he can come to Brighton. How far away are you from Brighton, Kev?
Much further than from Andover, you muppet.
Fair enough.
What a stupid thing. You know, you've got like a massive London in the way that adds 17 hours to your journey. Yeah,
that London always gets in the way, man. Always.
Mate, to get to Brighton involves an M25, which is bullshit.
God damn.
It's a long way. If we all meet up, it'll be in London because then we can all. Yeah, no,
but that's fine, of course, because I'll just jump across, man. Like
James, you have major issues there.
Yeah, major issues. I need to get some more tape.
Can you at least hear us while you're fanning about?
Yeah, I can hear you while I'm fanning about.
You didn't respond to me taking a piss out of you.
Do you know what's the good news though? To people listening to the audio version, James, this is all going swimmingly.
Well, apart from the.
Actually, sounds a bit like aliens though. It sounds like aliens running across a pipe. So it's that actually sounds like a squirrel trying to open a nut.
Yummy. Also, I saw a complete opposite type of film. I kept seeing this title "Sing Sing" for a film, and I thought it was a different film that's been out for ages called Sing, which is
the animation.
Cinema. But have you seen the trailer for this new one?
Sing Sing.
It looks incredible. I saw a trailer for it at the cinema, and then I realized what it was. And it's Coleman Domingo. Do you know him?
It rings a bell, but I'm not sure, please.
I wouldn't have known his name off the top of my head either. I had to just double check. And it's basically criminals in jail.
Yeah.
That's Coleman Domingo.
Oh, yeah, he's cool, man. Yeah.
And he's in like films like Selma, Lincoln, shit like that.
Yeah.
And Euphoria as well. And Candyman. But anyway, it's criminals in proper
space.
Proper terrifying prison, not like a little jail like in America.
Oh shit, okay.
And he's an actor, so he ends up taking a class and teaching Shakespeare to loads of horrible people. It's kind of a film that I think I've seen a few times before, but this looks not dark, but like heartbreaking. Like the trailer does not look like A to B. The trailer just comes across as within 5 seconds of watching it, you're like, whoa. you're like overwhelmed by the emotional power of this film. I think it's going to be a tear jerker massively. I think it's going to be really emotional, but really, really powerful. Because there's obviously guys that don't want to do it and go, and they're violent people, and why do they want to be part of Shakespeare? And then he has to break it down and say, why aren't you? You're head of this place, aren't you? You're playing king, whatever. So fucking tell us. Tell us you're the king of this place. Tell us you're not going to take shit. He goes, I ain't taking no shit. I ain't acting. He goes, perfect. Do that. And he's like, gets a little bit of pride and goes, I'm not going to get taken the piss out of. And everyone claps this, thug guy that's a serial killer. And
so it's like Sister Act, but in a kind of
basically it's Sister Act.
Sister Act in a prison.
Yeah, but it's very serious film. But it looks incredible. It's one of those films that have been on social media in the last week getting standing ovations and all that type of shit.
Sister Acts with convicts. I need to check that out. Sing.
Looks good.
Kev always brings it back to nun stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, I know. He's well into nun stuff.
I didn't nun that. Drew nunned it.
I didn't, mate. You nunned it.
I'll nun
you
the both of you in a minute.
I'm going to nun you. You nunned it, mate. You're well into your nun stuff.
None of this is going in the final record.
Hey!
None of this.
Did you just do a Drew?
No, that was I did a Drew. Did a lame joke, but it actually worked. Or James didn't get it.
No, I loved it, mate. I thought it was genius, man.
Thank you.
It was almost Eminem-esque. It was great.
Smashing.
Wait, why is it called Sing Sing? Why isn't it like Shakespeare, like Shake the Bars or something?
I don't know. I probably need to watch the film to find out.
Shake the Bars would be a much better fucking title.
Shake the Bars?
Yeah, because it's Shakespeare and they're in prison. The bars, Shake the Bars, and he's called the Bard. Anyway.
Might as well just call it Shake, Shake, Shake Gomorrah, Shake Your Body Right. I saw a trailer for Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
And it was a trailer during Despicable Me 4. I thought, this is too scary for little kids.
I just read that wrong. Sorry. I've got the poster up here for Sing Sing, and I thought it said a radiant beacon of hope, but it's a beacon. But that's absolutely fine. This is
cool. No one wants a radiant beacon of anything.
No, that's true.
Also, a new film that's coming out. Well, it's been announced they were going to write. You don't have to show us your phone. I've seen that before.
I was showing Sing Sing.
God, James. For the listener, James is sellotaping his phone to a cup so he can do this, and it keeps falling on the floor.
We need to. We basically need to do a GoFundMe. We need to do a GoFundMe page for James. If you donate £5 a week, we can afford some sellotape, a roll of sellotape.
Yeah, I've seen his extension cord and plug cables more than his face in this episode.
Oi, oi.
Devil Wears Prada 2 is finally happening.
John, I watched the original the other day, actually.
I've got it on my watch list because I haven't seen it in a few years. But
you haven't seen it, the original?
No, I have.
Such a good film.
I've seen it a few times, in fact, because that's very rewatchable.
Great Catwoman as well, isn't she?
Actually, yes. Yeah, she is. I think Anne Hathaway is underrated. She's in loads of cool shit. But yeah, Devil Wears Prada has been announced. It's coming, which is good. It follows from our conversation on Monday about Longlegs, that actor there who was in and It Follows, which is the horror film with the vagina teeth. Why'd you put your eyebrows out? You know that's what it's about, right?
No, I didn't see anything about vagina teeth. It Follows.
You've not seen teeth?
A girl has sex with somebody or whatever, and then this demon starts following her, and it just keeps becoming different people.
I stand corrected. James is correct. I was talking about the film Teeth.
Yes, that's
quite a film called Teeth, where a woman has vagina teeth, and any penetration involves severe castration. Circumcision, but all the way up to the nub.
Ooh. It follows with these teeth.
It follows. That's if you have sex with someone, the ghost follows you or something to try and kill you, and it doesn't stop until you have sex with someone else or something.
Wait, are these films trying to put people off sex just to kind of stop with the big boom of childbirth?
I don't know. They should play it in China. But yeah, It Follows 2 is coming out, and it's with the same actress from Longlegs, which is good. And
nice.
Everyone knows this film, but we haven't actually mentioned it, I don't think. F1, the new Brad Pitt film, the most expensive film ever made at over £300 million dollars.
Yeah, but half of that is his wages, dude.
Well, they've apparently been filming it for 10 years. So they've been shooting scenes in Thruxton, in Silverstone, in all these places around the
Brands
UK
Hatch.
and other parts of the UK. Brands Hatch.
That's a place.
I'm sure. Yeah, I know it is. But they've been filming all these scenes for like building up collective background footage for ages. And apparently, like Brad Pitt is actually driving the car at some points.
Whoa!
I mean, not properly.
He's doing a
obviously.
cruise, isn't it? Because they were saying it's been referred to as the Top Gun, but in Formula One mode.
Yeah, I mean the scenes look pretty Top Gunny because they've got the wide-angle lens in front of the car, which technically wouldn't be able to fit in a car, but it's wide-angle. It's got all the scenes, and it's like him just doing. But Pitt's been training with G-force and driving these cars at full power, but probably not round an active track with other vehicles.
Yeah,
probably very safe. I mean, it can't be that safe. He's going like 200 miles an hour in a paper airplane.
I just hope it's got a good plot though, because like I was chatting interestingly about today with Mum and Dad about films that were like to do with Formula One, and they were just a bit boring. It was just a lot of fun driving, but there was no plot, there was no action.
Formula One shit. I would only watch the highlights for the crashes, and that's a horrible thing to say.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. So when I told my dad about this film, like Formula One, he's like, well, you know, there's only so much that can happen unless
it's not about Formula One. It will be about the story of Man X becoming the man he is type thing, won't it? Basically. Okay. And then in between that story, there'll probably be like half an hour of action shots.
Saying that, two good films that were connected to cars was Rush.
Very good. And that was more story driven rather than car
that's
driven.
what I mean. Which I love.
Cars with Lightning McQueen.
I said driven twice. Yeah.
But then you've got Ford versus Ferrari, which was another brilliant one.
Hardly any driving in that at all.
But Cars with Lightning McQueen.
We heard you. We ignored you.
Best car movie of all time.
I'd go for Days of Thunder.
Ooh.
Because that is the Top Gun of the 80s with four wheels.
Nice.
That is F1 of the 80s, basically, but Daytona, USA style. But also, what was that other car
Ford
one?
versus Ferrari.
Just Ferrari, which I've not seen yet, with Adam Driver.
Oh, yeah. That's Michael Mann, isn't it?
Yeah, someone put online about a week ago, and I'm really annoyed because it's clearly a seminal point in the film, and I'm going to ruin it for you guys as well. You've not seen the visual. The visual, what spoils it. Have you seen in the trailer that bit where it's the Ferrari back in the 50s or 40s, and it takes off on a bit and it just flies in the air and it hits a telephone pole and spins? Have you seen that bit?
No.
In the trailer.
What about Senna?
Right. Wait a minute. In that trailer, that's all you see is this car going and hitting a telephone pole. Drew, watch this. Watch my fingers. And it goes like that and bends around it midair. Like the ground's down here. It flies up and hits a telephone pole there.
Oh, it spins off. And
that's it. But someone's watched it on TV, like bought it on TV and filmed what the aftermath is. And basically just before that hit, there's a crowd of about 40 people in a row looking. And when that car hits, it spins and mows them all down. You see a car trample about 40 people just getting mauled.
Fuck
I was like,
me.
Shit.
What about the movie Senna? Have you seen that?
Senna's good as well. Really good.
Good shout.
Again, as long as they don't labour too much on the boring part, which is the actual driving part, and it's story driven, then it'll be good.
Hey, driven.
But I'm confident they'll do a good job on that one. Other one I saw in the cinema on Sunday, Paddington in Peru is coming out.
I don't care.
Is he a drug smuggler now?
He's
It's called Paddington 2, the Mule. It's just
how many bags?
He's working for Escabel.
He's got marmalade and cocaine.
I was going to say he's got marmalade in his hat. He can get a couple of bags of coke up there.
Full of marmalade and cocaine. Paddington the Mule.
But actually,
Escobar. He's working for Escobar.
Escobar.
Paddington Escobar.
That was
hanging out with Drew too much.
Great work.
Right.
Great work.
But it does look good, to be fair. The trailer looks funny.
Paddington Escobar.
I'd be up for it.
Paddington on Escobar.
And what was it? There's another one coming out.
Laced marmalade.
Captain America and Red Hulk.
That looks exciting.
Oh, I need to check that out, actually. We
what
live in
a great
time as well.
example of a trailer.
Come.
Is it rude if I watch it now?
Yes.
No.
Don't watch.
What a
Have you not
great
seen it?
example, though, Kev, of a trailer.
Have you not
Is it
seen
rude
it?
if I
Doesn't
watch
give
it now?
anything away.
What?
A great example of a trailer that gives nothing away but makes you want to watch it.
It does, because it's good, because it's all build up and you see a glimpse of the Red Hulk, and then we don't.
Looks amazing.
The premise of the trailer, Drew, is literally, what's his name? Anthony
McKee.
Yeah.
McKee?
Anthony
He's
Mackie.
now the Falcon / Captain America.
He's now Captain America, because Captain America found his
Falcon.
dad and retired.
Yeah,
didn't he?
because in
No, Captain
Endgame.
America's dead.
No,
No,
because
he
in
went-
Endgame, he hands over
No,
the
Captain
mantle.
America dies in Endgame.
Well, no, he doesn't die.
No, he goes.
Yes, he does. He
Dad.
dies.
No, he
No,
just
he's dead.
ages. No, he's not dead, man.
He's
No,
not.
he's dead. He goes back and he's super old and he dies.
He doesn't die
That's
in
the
it.
thing.
Dude, he doesn't
dies in
die.
age with his wife.
He doesn't die.
He's dead.
He's not. He's old and he's talking to him on a bench, man.
Yeah, but now he's dead. Nowadays, how they're filming it, he's dead.
Yeah, but Anthony Mackie is.
Yeah.
He's now taken the mantle quite
yeah,
literally.
because Captain America is dead.
Yeah, I
And
get.
so is Tony Stark.
Oh,
They're both dead.
So's Ant-Man.
in the
So's
in,
Ant-Man.
in the
They're all
Ant-Man's
trailer.
dead too.
Fucking hell,
And
everyone's
Black
dead.
Widow.
Why
They're
did I
all
go Indian? Everyone is dead.
Jesus.
Yeah, they're all dead. Like they're taking on the new role.
So in the trailer, Drew, basically the short story is that Harrison Ford is clearly president or going to be president. And,
No way, he's in Marvel.
And yeah, he's Red Hulk.
Harrison Ford.
It's been teased for like 2 years, Drew. They
What?
made this film years ago.
What are you talking? Why is Harrison
It's
Ford's an
Mark
old
Ruffalo,
dude?
isn't
What are
it?
you talking about?
Harrison Ford is Red Hulk.
Is he being the voice of it though? What do you mean?
It's Mark Ruffalo.
Oh
isn't
yeah,
it?
Mark Ruffalo isn't a big green monster, you dickhead.
Yeah, no, I know. I know that.
He
Mark
voices it.
Ruffalo is still the Hulk.
Yeah,
Like-
that's what I'm saying. Why is Harrison Ford like?
So
how did he
Harrison
become
Ford
a
is a prime minister, or president, or about to be president, and he says that he calls Anthony Mackie and he goes, "Right, I know we haven't agreed on policies in the past, but I'm looking to make Captain America part of our military protocol moving forward. Are you interested?" And he says, "What if we disagree on an issue?" And then it cuts to missiles flying and explosions and war, and something happening in the war room where Harrison Ford gets there's like an explosion. Harrison Ford goes flying and gets hurt, and then seconds later, big Red Hulk's there. But he says to Anthony Mackie, Anthony Mackie goes, "I'm Captain America," and he goes, "Yeah, but you're no Steve Rogers."
Yep.
Wow.
And it looks like it's going to be cutting. I think it's going to be. That's the weird thing is like we said before, Marvel is not exciting anymore. It got boring. It's gone stale. It's gone over the top.
Yeah.
But this year we have Deadpool, which everyone's excited for.
And Wolverine. Yeah.
Deadpool and Wolverine, yeah. And the two new trailers in the past week that are both Marvel that's got me excited is Captain America. And I thought Captain America, everyone that likes Marvel thinks Captain America's the best. They were the worst movies. I would never watch in a Captain America film. Ever again. I would watch
Civil War was amazing.
I would watch an Iron Man and what's
The
it?
Civil War was excellent.
Hulk Ragnarok. I'd watch them over any Captain America. They're boring.
Nah,
Civil War was ridiculous.
Civil War was brilliant.
Wasn't that Avengers Civil War? That's not Captain America.
No, it's Captain America, but it's got Iron Man. It's amazing.
Yes, Avengers though. It's not Captain America film. It's an Avengers film.
Was
No,
Captain
no,
America
it was,
Civil War?
it was Captain America. Civil
Oh,
War.
okay. Well, that was all right. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is the fact that the two exciting things this year is Captain America does look genuinely good, and it doesn't have the real Captain America even in it. And it's Agatha, which is the witch from WandaVision. The new trailer, I don't know when it dropped specifically, but I've seen it for the first time today. And you know how in WandaVision, it's Scarlet Witch in her made-up place that she's created in her brain, and it fractures and she becomes evil again by the end, and it gets bit serious. I loved the beginning bit where it was all like 60s and lovely. I thought that was so good. Stylish, really cool. This Agatha trailer, it starts off as her as a detective going to a murder scene as a detective, and then someone says to her, "What are you really?" And she's like, "I'm trying to protect myself from what I was," or something. And it fractures again, and she becomes the witch, and it turns into not a comic book, not a Marvel thing, full on Exorcist shit horror. And there's a scene that looks like Evil Dead. There's like this dead woman with long hair going, "Ah!" And then another doing the crab leg walk, the upside down thing, like
Shit from The
Exorcist.
Exorcist, yeah, literally, yeah.
I was watching it going, this looks fucking badass. And Marvel bores me, but these three films.
Is that one of the Olsen sisters? Is she still playing? Yeah.
But she's not in this. This is just Agatha.
Oh. Well, that's sick.
And in WandaVision, apart from obviously Wanda, Agatha was the best part of it because she was the friend that came in and helped her and stuff like that and fought her at the end, wasn't she? But it looks genuinely as an independent film really good. Anyone else seen a good trailer recently? No?
There's some really cool ones on IMDb.
What?
Terminator Zero, the animation looks cool.
I'm annoyed it's animation. I saw that and I thought it was going to be a proper series.
Well, like I said, the Alien one looked cool.
Alien Prometheus. Alien Romulus.
Yep, very cool.
But we've already... Any other?
True horror. Taking it back, the Nosferatu one is so good.
Yeah. I need to check these out, guys, because I feel a little bit behind, if I'm honest. There's one called We Live Now or something, or How We Live Now.
Yeah, it looks like a soppy rom-com thing, but it might be good.
Yeah, with Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. Poe?
Yeah,
you can never pronounce her name.
Poe.
She's not a Teletubby. Pew.
Oh, shit, wait. Going back to Teletubbies really quick. One of the Teletubbies was arrested for kicking a rabbit. Like, he must have been having a really bad off day, and he absolutely kicked a rabbit, and it went spinning through the air on live television.
Was he dressed as a Teletubby?
They were like, whoa.
Lala, then Poe.
Was he dressed as a Teletubby?
Yeah, it was one of the Teletubbies.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
Mate,
I'll
if
find
he
you the
kicked
footage.
any animal in my presence, I'd fucking bat.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he was having a really bad day, clearly. The rabbit, because you've got live rabbits running across the set.
I don't think anyone dressed as Teletubbies ever having a good day.
Well, yeah, no, fair enough. But he was having a very bad day, though, because to kick a rabbit like a football, I mean, that is...
Let's not continue that, because you're making me feel ill.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's horrible.
That's insane.
Absolute.
But I just thought that was a limp from Poe. That was a leap from
the
Florence
Teletubbies
Poe.
endorsed myxomatosis. That's what we've
So she's not
found out from it.
She's not a Teletubby. She's a seat in a church. She's a pew.
Hey,
Florence Pugh.
Pew.
Other trailers, which I literally just
I did
watched
say
today.
pew. We were like that. Pew, 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 which works.
Yeah, so now you should better remember that. So there's a new film. I just saw the trailer today called A Perfect Couple, and it looks boring. And
is Sydney Sweeney in it?
No one like that. And I watched it and I was gripped instantly. I want to see it now. It's Nicole Kidman. Yeah,
Nicole Kidman. Wow, she's 60s.
There's loads of cool people, and I can't remember all the names right now.
Nick Tyler, the guy from Ray Donovan.
Yeah, him. So
Cotton Weary.
Yeah, Cotton Weary. Yeah.
So this film is basically a perfect couple. So it's a rich, wealthy couple who are like the perfect couple. They do interviews saying, "Oh, we're amazing," and the thing about it is that other family members come into the shot and the screen and stuff, and basically realize that someone's done a murder and got away with it or something, and bad things happen, and the people in the know say the best thing you can do with this family is stay on the outskirts and not get too involved. And then it goes chaotic, and then...
Mate, it looks sick. It's a TV series as well, so I'm well excited.
Is it? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, mate, it's a limited TV series. Which is even better.
I was impressed. It actually interested me. And then there's another one, which we mentioned before, so we've all seen the trailer sort of, is called The Substance. which
Yeah,
is
I'm gonna
Demi Moore
a body,
advertising Amazon Fire Stick.
yeah, body horror film with her and what's the other person in it? I was going to say Daisy Edgar Jones there, but it's
Stuart.
I just mentioned it. She was from Kinds of Kindness, and her name.
Oh shit! It's got Dennis Quaid, dude, and it's
Yeah,
got
Dennis Quaid.
Margaret Qualley.
Margaret Qualley, that's it. So it's basically a woman who's old and who was obviously very beautiful, like Demi Moore literally is, and she wants to get her youth back, so she does drugs, I guess. Not much is explained specifically in the advert, so I think it's going to be one of those RT confusing movies, but it looks badass.
Oh, a bit like almost a bit like Limitless, but also meeting Dorian Gray.
Yeah, it's classed here as saying a fading celebrity decides to use a black market drug as cell replicant substance to temporarily create
Sounds like Limitless.
a younger, better version of herself.
Limitless cross with the
No.
really bad. No, do you remember that? It was
No,
the
dude, it
exact
looks really
theory
good.
of the Catwoman film that Halle Berry did with Sharon Stone, where she took this like a drug that made her really young. Do you remember that? It was awful.
Halle Berry.
Yeah, Halle Berry was Catwoman, and Sharon Stone was the protagonist, and she took this drug that made her really young. And when like Halle Berry stopped her taking it, she like cracked and stuff. It sounds like a direct rip off of that.
I don't know what you're on about. I think you might
Wait, you're
have the
talking
wrong
about
film.
No Death Becomes Her.
I
Do
was
you
about to
mean
say,
the
No,
one
no,
with
no.
Meryl Streep?
Halle Berry was Catwoman.
Yes.
Not a clue.
Yeah. And the bad guy was Sharon Stone, and her superpower was she took this drug that made her young.
Oh.
And when she stopped taking it, Halle Berry beat her up and she cracked like porcelain and like smashed at the
This
end.
is literally the film Catwoman.
Yes.
Oh, no one gives a shit about that film.
Yeah, that's basically the story you just said.
But yeah, the Death Becomes Her. It's basically Death Becomes Her, I think, a little bit. But
yeah, it is. It feels like it, yeah.
Which is amazing with Meryl Streep.
But mate, it also looks a little bit like The Fly as well. Like it looks really like a bit of a kind of horror, psychological horror.
It looks shiny. Right. Ignore the trailer you saw in the cinema that was more like an advert TV spot, like trickery thing. Go and watch the actual trailer because the trailer.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out after this. I'm going to definitely check it out.
Beautiful people being beautiful and an advert for being beautiful and young. And then it's got Dennis Quaid being really like misogynistic and sexy, going, "If you're a young lady, you gotta smile," and all this sort of like really creepy stuff. And as soon as he says, "You gotta smile," it cuts to Margaret Qualley covered in blood kicking someone.
Yeah.
And then it goes psychotic. And I think it looks good because here's the kicker, James. It's made by the same. Oh no, it's not. Ignore me. That's the next one. So the next trailer is Strange Darling, and the trailer is like a woman and a man in a car. Clearly,
I'm not saying it going for a week.
Oh, this is more important for you, you dumb nut.
I'll
Drew,
pretend to
maybe
be
you
James.
could make interlude music, like an interlude, like sort of thing. James is going for a pee-pee. He needs a wee-wee.
Who knows how long he's going to be gone? Mm-hmm.
It's only a short little interlude. Hopefully it doesn't need a poo.
A short little interlude for his loo break. I can't think of what to say. But
there's lots to discuss, but the next thing I think he will like because he will bang on about something as soon as I say it.
He's taking the piss with his distance.
He's doing a piss with his dick in his hand.
This might be my favorite song.
He's doing a wee. I hope he sits down because his aim is bad. He's going to pee all over the carpet. Does he have carpet in his toilet? Shall we ask boys and girls?
40, now that we're 40, you have to
Here is a
piss when
flying
sat
cat.
down. Here's Stanley. Stanley, it's over to you.
Stanley, Do you have balls? No, Kevin. I have a vagina. Oh, sorry.
Shit, got that wrong.
So, James, nothing happened while you're in the toilet.
Oh, boring.
We were just waiting for you. So, yeah, the new trailer is a trailer called Strange Darling. And the trailer starts off the man and woman in the car. And the woman's like, do you know how dangerous this is? For me to be meeting a man in a car in dark? You're not a serial killer, are you? And then it cuts to like him stalking her and firing a gun and her running and loads of chaos. And it's like, from the makers of Barbarian and Late Night with the Devil. Dang, dang, dang. And it's like all this colorful lighting and really arty stuff and really cool shit and chase sequences and high impact and fast paced stuff. And I'm like, that's not where I thought this trailer was going.
Wow, where are all these trailers you're watching? Is it YouTube and shit?
If you go to IMDb, if you click home on IMDb, there's a trailer. There's a trailer. There's a trailer.
Yeah, I know that, but the trailers you're talking about aren't on here, man.
Yeah, they are. They're at the top. Just keep going past. And plus, everyone's IMDb might be different.
I've seen the substance. I can't see the ones that you're talking about.
Well, just type it in, and then you click play at the top.
What's it? Sweet Darling, Kindergarten,
Strange Darling, Kinder
Strange
Darling. Would you like a Kinder Darling?
Would you like a Kinder Egg, darling?
Does it have a toy? Will I choke? Is there a hazard?
Don't chew on that little orange bit. You'll choke.
There's no choking hazard unless you're... I was going to say dietary... What? Dietary inflamed? What's the word?
Unless you're dietary inflamed, darling.
Unless you're adverse to milk in the face. Well, we all are, technically.
You've got a bit of the old lactose in the old face.
Oh, I love lactose all over the face.
Jeez.
Have you seen Homelander? Have you seen The Boys? He loves a little bit of lactose all in the face.
Oh, yeah. Spider-Man loves a bit of
Straight from the source.
Have you seen episode 7?
I have seen all the episodes, but not this week's. When's this week's? Yeah, I've seen up to the one where Starlight's captured. And the Spider-Man guy is not what was advertised. When I saw a Spider-Man, I was expecting a Spider-Man, not someone that
Spider-Man takes it up the bee.
Not someone that jizzes from their back hole.
He takes it up the behind. He loves it. He loves it in the beehive.
James, have you not seen it?
No.
What episode are you on?
What webisode?
You watched a couple of episodes of the new one?
No, what's not a new one?
You definitely said you'd watched one. Or you've seen clips or something.
I lied.
You liar.
But no, the good one.
Mate, The Boys is just insane.
Yeah. I was very impressed.
Insane.
What was the other one? I've wrote a word that's unfortunately so small I cannot read it.
Willa Fitzgerald? What?
I was looking at saying Miss Imp. I'm like, Miss who?
Miss Imp
but Mission Impossible 8 is happening next year.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
Dead Reckoning Part 2.
And I'm surprised they've not started teasing it yet already if it's only next year. They're starting to tease films of 2026. And I think Mission Impossible was so underrated at the cinema, it should have got more clout. It was one of the biggest films that brought people back to the cinema, but Elvis and Top Gun won that year, I think. But Mission Impossible was...
It's hard, though, because it becomes a franchise, people don't take it as seriously, but I love the fact that the scripts and the films have got stronger. Like,
Mission Impossible was getting...
my favourite.
It's like the opposite of Fast and Furious. Fast and Furious was averagely good at the beginning and then is ridiculous.
Yeah, and then it started to...
Mission Impossible was getting more insane, like Fast and Furious, but better.
Yeah, better characters, better dialogue. Yeah.
Actually really, really good. Oh, there's a new film that I think you'll like, James, and especially Reef will like. I don't know if you've seen a trailer for Wild Robot. It's a cartoon.
Is it animation?
Nope.
Yeah, it's like Pixar animation. Probably from Illumination. It's a robot that lands in the wilderness on Earth from a spacecraft, and it's like what, have you seen it?
And it befriends a duck.
So it's like AI. It befriends all the animals, and it starts learning little bits from a bear, from a deer, and hanging out with them. And then there's an egg, and someone puts it in his hand, and it cracks, and it's a duck. And ducks imprint on the first thing they see as their mother.
Oh.
So this robot has to teach it to fly, but it can't fly, so it's just running around flapping its arms, teaching the duck. And then the robots come back to collect him and go, it's time for you to go. And he goes, no, I live here now. He goes,
I'm a mother.
You have emotion. You should not have emotion or feelings. Is like, I feel everything.
Wow.
And it sounds like it's a kid's film, but it's
it's beautiful.
It's
gonna pull on the heartstrings.
I was watching the trailer going, I want to see this. This is much more interesting than Despicable Me 27.
Yeah, it was. It looked amazing, man. Very, very.
But yeah, no,
hit you on the feels. Hit you on the feels for sure.
All right, so another thing. You guys don't have Disney Plus, do you, penises?
No,
Stop
we don't.
being penises.
Stop being a vagina.
Disney, right? Have you guys seen on Netflix Mindhunter?
Yeah, man, of course.
James, come on.
No.
The FBI serial killer thing.
Mindhunter.
I've seen bits of it. Not a lot, though.
Mate, David Lindhagen.
David Lindhagen.
David Lynchhagen. David
Schweigenfliegen?
David Fleigenach.
David Lynchhagen.
It's so good.
Are we offending
David
Swedish or Dutch people? I don't know.
David, don't flinch with her. It's really good. It's really good.
It is.
Wait, are you talking? Do you mean?
Yes,
wait,
David Fincher.
Speak English. Season 3, then.
It's David Fincher. No, they're not doing another Mindhunter. So it's only 2 seasons. But there's a documentary called Mastermind on Disney Plus. It's a 3-part documentary, and the woman in Mindhunters, because it's the 2 blokes that start it off, and then they bring the woman in.
Yeah,
the woman is basically the reason that they're famous, and the fact that everything happened, because they were just interviewing serial killers. So they were talking to Charlie Manson and all these horrific, Ted Bundy, getting all this information, but they were just having a chat. They didn't segregate or colonate anything. Wrong words.
Congregate.
Smashagate.
Is that what you call it?
And basically, the woman came in who was not an advocate. She was a nurse.
Avocado.
Ended up talking to her patients, which is no nurses ever did really, and asking about their experience of why they're injured. And usually it was rape situations, which back then weren't reported. It was just like, just a misdemeanor. She probably wanted it in the first place. It's that sort of attitude. And she was the first person that spoke to these women and took photographs of like beaten up faces and said, this was not a choice. This is horrific. And she brought that to the forefront. So she was the first person that managed to get rape become a thing where you could get prosecuted for. So she was seminal and all that. But because she was good at organizing and she was very analytical, she went to the FBI to do a speech on it. And she hung around a bit. And someone asked, can you take a look at this case? And she said, well, why are you just having chats? You need questions. There's patterns here. And she was the one that made it all. She created a questionnaire that was like, I think it's about like 50 pages long, so that FBI agents, when they spoke to a serial killer, they could ask him all these questions, and then they could colonate, where the patterns are and predict the future. And because of her, they stopped multiple serial killers. She's the reason, because they would have just gone random and nothing would have happened.
Just jump off that real quick. That's the same with that farm, where they had all those dead bodies, and they used to let dead bodies rot in different stages, so that they could tell if a body was like 2 days old or 2 weeks old or 2 months old. They could then locate whereabouts the murderer would be within that vicinity. Which was insane, because they're like, this body is 2 days old, which means the murderer is still within this kind of perimeter. And you're like, that is fucking mind-blowing. And that's based on the fact that how the body is decomposing. Mental. And they have like this dead body farm.
All these things are incredible, because she discovered, she went and she didn't do a live case for ages. She was just in the basement doing analytic stuff. But there was
making dolls.
There was a serial killer that kidnapped a few children, and they managed to. the serial killer parked up and got two young girls, like 8 or 7, threw them both into his car, and one snuck out and drove away. And the little girl was watching the other girl in the back of the car screaming. Like, it's horrible when you hear it
Jesus
back.
Christ.
And they've got the original recordings, so you hear what they're saying, and it is devastating. And she's like, I can't go to this girl and say, what did he look like? Because I've got no trust. She had to spend an entire day gaining her trust and making her draw pictures for her to formulate. And then no one knew who they're looking for. They didn't even know what car they were in. By the end of the day, she said, right, he is X, Y, and Z. And they found him within like a short period of time. And there's another one where there was a spate of killings, like 5 killings. And from that, there was no information apart from 5 bodies and 5 murder scenes. She looked at it, did her analytics, and she went, he's got brown hair. What do you mean he's got brown hair? How would you know that? She goes, he's
Wow.
young. He's probably under 25. He's immature.
This is the kind of job he'll have.
He's not from a wealthy background, but he's flashy. So he'll probably have a sporty car, but it won't be a good one. He'll have this and he'll have that. And literally, they put that on the radars, and everyone just pulled over anyone with a crappy, flashy car, if that makes sense. And they caught him within a couple of days, and they caught him on the way to a murder. He was packed up. He had all the stuff in the car, about to do one. She prevented.
Horrendous.
It's insane.
So it's a 3-part documentary.
3 parts, like 40 to 50 minutes each episode. It's quite short.
Mate, that
but
I'd love
detailed.
to. I might just jump on Disney for that documentary and for The Bear season 3, I think.
Oh, mate. I think everything you go on, like James said before, is like 3 months free, isn't it? Apple or Disney.
Yeah, but
3 months free.
I did do it for free because I'm with O2, so I did do it for free. I might check. There might be another 6-month job.
Yeah. I think Apple and Disney are the best.
Yeah.
To be honest. I mean, you've got
Smile 2's out.
Huh?
Smile 2's out, isn't it?
In September, I think.
Jumping off that thing you said about the 2 girls getting taken and kidnapped, right? This film, I cannot believe how good this film is. And I shared it with you before, Kev, but that film...
Called? Say words?
So it's called Incident in a Ghostland. Now, I think the title sounds a bit crap.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit out there and a bit strange. But, mate, this film is brutal, frightening, clever, and, like, psychologically genius. And
Guys,
scary as hell. Don't share Stanley's asshole. That is just wrong. That is so wrong on a multitude of levels. That was like the bit in Jim Carrey where he goes, "Say hello to my little friend," with the skunk.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Ace Ventura 1. Where
Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls.
I thought you were going to say Ace Ventura 1. She's like, asshole, I'm in your...
No, but it's
It's
in number 2 when he uses the skunk, and then at the end he blows and he goes, "Whoo." It's so funny.
It's like an empty gun.
Yeah. Who do you think you are? But man, seriously, guys, you got to check that the fuck out. That is unbelievable.
I've saved it. I'll see if I can find that then. Oh, another trailer I forgot to mention as well is Mufasa.
Oh yeah.
That's one for Reef. Does Reef like Lion King?
Never seen it.
Is Mufasa about the cow?
Yeah, that famous cow.
They hate me, guys. They don't want me back. They wanted to do this on their own, I swear.
I've just noticed James has got the hat on.
Oh, yes. Guys, you can buy our merchandise, which will help James be able to afford some tape roll.
We have no merch.
We should, though, guys. We should, once we get an audience.
But, yeah, so there's a new Mufasa film. It looks all right. It's like the live-action-y... Not live-action-y, it's still all animated, but like the last Lion King that was like CGI, looked really realistic.
Oh, yeah, no. You mean The Jungle Book, when they made it...
No, they did the Lion King as well.
No, but they did... What?
They did the Lion King new about 5-6 years ago, and it's like CGI.
No, that's The Jungle Book, dude. It's The Jungle Book.
Nope, they also did the Lion... Google it.
I don't believe you.
No, they did Lion King too.
Yes. Not Lion King 2, but The Lion King as well.
You're saying they redid The Lion King?
Yes.
Yep. A few years back.
They redid The Lion King.
2019 with Donald Glover and Beyonce.
Just after they did Aladdin, I think.
Oh shit, yeah, with Beyonce. Holy feek.
Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen's in the new Mufasa again, also playing Pumbaa.
Oh yeah, why did they redo this?
But yeah, Mufasa, James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones, go on.
So and it looks pretty good. And it's Mufasa as a cub growing up to be the big bad Mufasa.
Oh wow. Keegan Michael Kay. Cool, man. That looks cool.
Yes, delightful.
Talking of animals, guys, you need to see Monkey Man.
I will do.
Seriously, guys, it is so fucking good. Dev Patel wrote, directed it, acted in it, filmed it during lockdown, broke his hand, so they had to take him to hospital to get a fucking nail put through his lower part of his hand to keep it in place, so he could still do all the fucking fight sequences with all the stunt guys.
Yeah, it does look good. I missed it in the cinema. It was in and out,
Mate,
and I saw other stuff.
It was so good. It's such a kind of adrenaline fuel packed. It's got loads of moments like that. It's people that trying to refer to it as like the kind of like the John Wick, but kind of set in India. But that's not what it is. It's much more interesting and exciting than that. There was a cool shot in the trailer where you just see him wearing the monkey mask that he wears in this underground fight place where he basically gets his fucking ass kicked on a daily basis to make money, and they all bet against him. But there's this really cool moment in the film where he's wearing the mask, almost a bit like in Drive. You know when he wears the mask and walks up to the cafe, the pizza joint, mate. It's like that, but he goes into this kind of crazy like hotel, and the two bodyguards look at each other and go, "Fuck that," and they leave. Like he doesn't even fight them because they're like, "That guy looks scary as fuck." He's wearing a suit and a fucking monkey mask. Brilliant.
If we're talking films from India, there's a new film called Kill.
Yeah. And there was a trailer for that as well. It's the exact same style.
It looks mad. And it looks like, what's that other film? Like The Raid? Like just...
Bullet Train as well. It's like Bullet Train.
No, it's not like Bullet Train at all.
Raid is amazing.
It's like The Raid. It's like violence from from minute one to minute end. Because they said... The premise is, during a trip to New Delhi, a pair of commandos face an army of invading bandits. And I think it literally is murder.
That was on the trailer for Monkey Man. Like, that played before Monkey Man was being shown.
It does look good, but again, I don't know if it's cinema, and I don't think it's going to come to cinema. I'm not too sure.
I mean, it was supposed to, but like you said, now everything's just jumping onto the land of stream.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I think one of the ones that I mentioned earlier is coming to Netflix rather than the cinema as well. But hey.
Have you seen Dark Matter yet?
I'm watching it currently. I think I'm on episode 4 or 5.
So good,
it's
man.
It's the second episode where they're in the box already.
Yeah, it does kind of fuck with your head. Like, it's such a clever psychological thing, but it's so entertaining, man. It's so cool.
Coming soon on Netflix is Cobra Kai.
Ooh, Season 6, Season 7, Season...
Yep, one of the seasons.
Final season.
One of those seasons.
5. No, 5 already exists. So yeah, 6. Season 6.
Season 6, my first.
So,
and Stranger Things. Can't wait for Stranger Things.
I've lost the steam on that. I know it'll be good. I'll watch it. Season 4 was not great, but the last 2 episodes are brilliant. They were basically films, so an hour and a half each.
But wait, I'm so confused now. Hang on. Are we waiting for Season 5, or did I think that was Season 5?
You've watched Season 4, because Season 5 does not exist yet.
Oh, okay, cool. Season 5 is the one coming out.
Yeah.
Season 4 was brilliant, man. So fucking good.
Oh.
Sofa King.
James, remember you mentioning about Sausage Party?
Oh,
It's available now on Prime.
Number 2.
And it's a series. Sausage Party Foodtopia.
Random.
There you go. James is sorted for a week.
I did not know it was a series. They're all available. There's 8 episodes available now.
There you go, guys.
So I'll give that a go, because if that's as good as Ted, I think it's going to be in the same vein as Ted. It might be better than the film, because the film was just a bit... There was funny bits, but it was a bit OTT. Not in a good way.
Just the tip.
Well, let's bail.
What?
Let's bail.
Christian?
Let's bail.
Gareth.
Oh, you know what's just popped up on films available for free on the horror movie section? Number 1, Neon Demon. James's favourite.
Boom.
I think James is either gone or fucked.
Maybe a bit of from A, bit from B.
I think he's gone.
I think he's gone.
Which means I'll need to send him a link to upload this shit, because he keeps disappearing.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone. I love this episode when we sing to him. Oh, he's gone.
James has gone. He's fucked up.
He's left the building.
It's no longer an interlude. This is a
for sure.
exalude. No. What did the thing?
Exile.
Outro. Outro.
Exodus.
James's outro.
James's outro.
Smashing. He's disappeared.
James is out, bro.
Before you came on, I was listening to this vinyl over here, and the last song I listened to before we started recording was Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin.
Oh, Eric Clapton, man. Beautiful.
No. Oh my God. You're going to get such shit for that.
Oh, no.
Led Zeppelin, you peni. Not even
Come on.
similar in any way.
I love the way you say, I'm going to get in shit for that. Like, who watches us, you know?
I don't know.
We'll see.
I'm gonna post it to everyone I know.
Okay, brilliant.
And they're gonna go, who is that guy?
Who is that guy? Eric Clapton's a fucking genius, man.
Yeah,
People don't know Eric Clapton. They need to sort themselves out.
Let me Google it just to see if you have not made a mistake, if he's covered it. But if he has, it's not going to be great. Eric
What are you talking
Clapton.
about? Eric Clapton originally wrote it, if it is Stairway to Heaven. And then you're going to look like a numpty. Yeah.
Tears in Heaven, maybe.
Oh, son of a beast.
Tears in Heaven. Stairway to
Yes,
Heaven's
Tears in
like fucking rocking, man.
Shit, guys, sorry,
Ding,
my
ding,
bad. My bad.
ding,
Take it back.
ding, 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 ding. Dun, 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 dun. Mate,
That sounds cool. I need to check out Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven's like one of the biggest songs from like rock. Like even in Wayne's World, that scene where Garth sits on the drums, he's like, oh no, it's it's Wayne. He gets the guitar and he goes, oh, and he just points at the back wall, and there's a sign saying "No stairway," and Wayne goes, "No stairway, denied." Because back then that's the main song everyone playing the guitar, because it's one of the most famous guitar riffs ever.
That sounds fucking cool.
And I think
man.
the judges, when they were
I will
filming
need to check that the
it,
fuck out.
they couldn't get the rights for that song, so they had to make a joke out of it because they wanted to play it. Sorry, you were saying something. I do apologise.
Smart. That's fine, man. No, I was saying I need to check it out, man. That's what I was saying.
Oh, you went all Matthew McConaughey there.
Well, that's right. I'm Matthew McConaughey, and I need subtitles.
And you do a little bit of a whistle.
That's like
The
that's like
Herbert.
the pedophile. That's the pedophile character mixed with Matthew McConaughey. The two of them had
They're
a child.
far too
in some
close,
way.
aren't they?
Well,
All right. Oh, sweet ride there, Chris.
well, he'd be like, where's the mail boy gone? But he'd be like, where's the mail boy gone?
He's not always that high pitched though. He just kind of like
Yeah, he is, man. He is.
Not always.
Not Matthew McConaughey isn't. Matthew's not.
Matthew's right down here. Oh, look at
Matthew's
this.
right
What's
here,
this?
man.
What's this
Well, he's
fucker
back.
at?
What's he saying,
He's been
man?
disappeared for
Did he
5
fall over?
minutes.
What's happened?
I think.
Whoa. I thought he'd fallen over and dropped his phone, and it was like.
I think he's clicking the link to help him download it. I can see Mickey.
Yep.
I can see Mickey Mouse in the background.
I see Mickey Mouse.
Where's Mickey Mouse?
Which sounds
Mickey
still a little
Mouse.
bit like the pedo character. I can see Mickey Mouse.
Show us your Mickey Mouse. James,
Get your Mickey Mouse
get your
out.
Mickey Mouse out for the boys.
Get
Right,
your
I'm
Mickey
logging
Mouse
out properly, you sons of guns.
What?
Get your Mickey Mouse out for the
I'm
fans.
logging out properly.
All right.
For the fans. James, we love you, man. We'll see you soon, bud.
Good night. Even Siri said sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, you better be sorry, Siri.
Be Siri sorry. What?
Seriously.
Good to.
okay.
Wow.
Oh shit! I said it, and my Siri said hello. Siri, go to bed.
Is it past Siri's bedtime?
Siri. Hey Siri. Go to bed. Oh, it's not said anything now. Anyway,
Wow.
I think we're waffling now. Nothing wrong with that.
We've gone to we're past the land of waffle. Belgian waffles.
We've gone.
all around.
I was going to say we've gone Belgian.
Belgian waffle.
All right. Don't go anywhere,
Good stuff.
but bye.
Jump off and I'll see you next week.
See you later, fuckers. This week you only get 2
y'all.
episodes, so no episode for you tomorrow. Tell your friends we might do more or less, whatever is preferable. See you next week.
Damn.
Do we have a special
Yeah,
guest next
boys.
week to plug? What date are we today? Today we are
Do
this. Next week we have no special guests, so expect 3 of us being the 3 of us.
Suspect the 3
Oh,
suspicious
but
people.
shall we tease 2 weeks from now?
The 3 usual
In
suspects.
2 weeks from now, we're going to have not 1 special guest, not 2
Ew.
special guests, not
Ew.
3 special guests, maybe 4 or 5. I'm not quite sure on the exact numbers, but definitely 4 or 5 special guests. And we
At
may
the
have
same
to,
time, there's going to be 7 of us.
we may have to cut it short because there might be too many voices that gets annoying. So we might have to say hi and then fuck off.
How the hell are we going to have 7 people on this mother?
Well, it's only going to be 1 person, but multiple people will be on that video.
Ah, that's interesting.
Maybe 2 if there's too many, like
So they'll
3.
just jump on and be like, hey, just want to say hey. And then someone else will
I
come
think
over.
they'll behave, but together they're insane. So it may go a bit awry. But we'll just say,
So guys, you heard it here. Stay tuned.
yeah, I don't know how it's going to turn out. Let's see. We've got 1. Yeah,
Stay with your tuna.
4 is a minimum. I think 5 are going to be on, but 4 is a minimum. Anyway, see you next week. If you want, oh, mate, this is a perfect time. I forgot to do it. And she'll be clambering, going like, "What? I thought this was going to happen." So I'll do it now. Ah, wrong button.
I don't know
Are
what
you
you're talking
ready?
about, but I'm here for it. Oh shit!
Hi, it's Dani. So I finally came up with a question I wanted to ask. So this question's for Nook. So, when you write, do you ever feel some type of emotion, like physical emotion? So, example, if you're writing like a really sad poem, like, do you start crying, or do you I don't know, do you understand what I mean? Like, do you ever feel like a physical type of emotion anytime you write, or is it just like a normal feeling?
Thanks for your message. If you want to send us a question, please record a voice note to be answered by Rage Whale on Instagram. And that way you'll feature in the next episode. We look forward to hearing from you.
Wow! I just realized Dani sounded so loud in comparison to everything else.
Yeah, I think the media is a bit louder sometimes. Like even when we're chatting, and then we put on like one of the videos for like movie news or whatever,
Yeah,
it's
I need to do a
louder.
bit more. I might need to do a bit more better sound editing on those things. That's a very good question though, Dani.
And just to be specific, when she says this is a question for Nook, she's referring to Drew, as Tales from the Nook, which is his Instagram handle. If you want to
Tales
follow
of the Nook.
regarding poetry and his book.
Yes. Yeah, it's a really good question. I wouldn't say that I necessarily cry or get emotional, as it were, but I do find myself having to slip into the emotions of either the perspective of the character that I'm either writing for in a story narrative through poetry, or if it's connected to my own life through some of the things I've gone on, I definitely think there is an emotional connection, but it doesn't necessarily move me, if that makes sense. I think certain lines have kind of hit me and gone like, wow, I hope this lands with people. But I mean, yeah, because I mean, in my book, there's a lot of stuff based on a relationship I had with a girl that absolutely kind of destroyed my heart and kind of almost tarnished love until I found real love later on in life. But yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one because I write pieces about suicide awareness and suicide prevention, hopefully, and those are very moving to me because I've sadly lost a lot of people to suicide. But I wouldn't necessarily say that it moves me to the point where it's, you know, I'm not crying onto my work, if that makes sense. But I'm definitely connected emotionally to what I'm writing. I hope that helps answer your question.
I think.
Thank you so much for taking the time.
Yeah,
Sorry,
thank you, Dani. Dani was fantastic. I messaged her.
Awesome,
she was very keen to get involved, and I love that. And same as for everyone else. If you want to send us a message, we'd love that.
Yeah.
Especially you can write it if you don't want to have your voice on, or there's a voice record and we'll play it live, which is cool.
Yeah, which is nice because then you feature in an episode. I think, which is really cool.
There's a more
it's like if you want to be part of something,
direct personal attachment. But from what you're saying, it sounds like you're using your personal emotions that you have previously felt to write, as opposed to going, you know, like you said, you know, sounds a bit silly, like crying while you're writing. But I'm sure some things choke you occasionally, choke you up a little bit. But it's previous things that you're harnessing to remember to write that. So you're going to feel a bit subdued when you're writing those horrible or bad memory things.
There's definitely been poems that I've even said this hasn't been a pleasure to write because of some of the stuff going on. Like I've written
but it's not a current it's not like a current situation. It's a past memory that you've got over with now to a degree.
Yeah, but even not even my memories. Like I've written stuff to do with like the stuff going on, you know, like in war zones, like in Gaza and stuff like that. And that stuff is just horrendous to try and comprehend.
Yeah.
And I remember when I posted a couple of those pieces and people, you know, said really kind of nice kind of feedback based on the poem. But I said, this is one of the hardest things to write. And I said, it's actually disgusting to think this is a poem, that we are able to write about these horrendous things that are happening, but it's to kind of paint a picture of humanity's failings and how, you know, these horrendous things are happening to these poor people in these countries. And it's crazy, man. It's crazy that this exists in this world.
I think that's a good point, because even though it may not affect us directly, I mean, secondhand, it might do with simple things like petrol prices and stuff like that, and like really material things and inflation. But the reality is that, yeah, it's not affecting our day to day that much. But the fact that it exists in 2024, fucking hell, guys. You know, I mean, it sounds so simplistic to say get over yourself, but wake up. None of this is necessary. And I know religion plays a big part, and I don't want to get into that, but fuck me, if your religion's telling you to hurt another human being, it's not a great religion. Stop doing it. Stop it.
Definitely got a question.
And don't take it to the literal letter of a book that was written 5 centuries ago. You know, today's a different world. Stone a witch is probably in a Bible somewhere. That's not a thing you do today. We're more intellectual. Christ.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was an end on a serious note. We ended on a very silly note to a very serious note. But I enjoyed both notes.
Yes.
Thank you, Drew, for opening yourself up to that. That was lovely.
No, my pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for sharing it. I hope Dani's happy with the answer. So
yeah, thank you, Dani, and thank you. Keep listening and all that sort of stuff. We appreciate it, and it was nice to
Dani,
hear you.
So I was just going to quickly say, just off the back of that, Dani has got my audio book, and she was saying really sweet things, and she shared her experience of it. I was going to say the thing we were talking about that I can release 10 codes for people that want to get a bit more involved with Rage Whale, if they want to follow us on TikTok or YouTube, or share one of our stories on their pages, if they do something like that connected. And we'll take a little bit of a look and see who's been generous with their time and helping boost Rage Whale. And then we will give them a code either in the US or UK to download my audiobook for free.
Smashing. Maybe you should do a little clip and I'll post something about that.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, I will, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, you know the one I sent you about One Push, which is the domestic violence one?
Yeah.
I made the video for it.
Yeah, that was really good. Well,
we could do that. And then have, like, there was the giveaway, basically.
Yeah. That sounds good, man. That sounds good. And,
yeah, dude.
And just to plug Dani, who is also a very, very impressive poet. Her page on Instagram, that's it there, which is Dani Writes Poems. Dani spelled D-A-N-I. Dani Writes Poems. That's where she is. And
Dani writes one hell of poems. One hell of poems? Dani writes awesome poems.
And I see a picture of you on her feed as well. She's plugging you. So, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. On one of her latest posts, she's kindly sharing the audiobook.
No, fantastic. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for sticking with us to the end there, guys. And we will see you next week. Unless you got anything else to add before we go, Drew?
No, dude, that's it, man. Thank you so much for anyone tuning in, man. I really appreciate your time.
That episode was all over the place in a delightful way. I find it difficult ending things because I feel like I want to chat for another hour. So, but
I know, man. I know.
We won't.
Still, maybe that's partly because we didn't get to hang out last week, so it feels it's got a different energy. Because you're like, I just want to hang out with you a bit more. But
it was great to hang out with James, but I think the last 10, 15 minutes, he was a bit too drunk to communicate, and so we've done.
I wonder what he was drinking though, man. I wondered what.
It's like 7% cider.
Oh, Jesus,
or more.
Western.
He's basically having wine.
Jesus.
So
apple wine, scrump head.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, joy to hang out. We did an extra half an hour on our own, basically.
The apple has fallen very far from the tree or his bedroom.
Bye-bye.
Bye. This has been Rage Whale. Thanks for listening to Your Movie Podcast.